What is that ridiculous noise? I think people are like fucking street racing. Hi guys, today is a video that I've been really lagging behind on. I planned to do this sometime around last month, but it just never got out because I never got around to doing it. Today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some advice and also tips and tricks for getting pierced. And I'm going to be talking about my own piercings, a lot of my own experiences. I'm going to be talking about aftercare, and I'm going to be also talking about little tricks that are handy to know after you've gotten pierced. So this is just advice based off of my own experiences. Obviously everyone has a different pain tolerance, everyone heals differently, and everyone is just different. So you definitely should do more research about getting piercings, and you shouldn't just listen to one person's advice. So this isn't an all-inclusive guide on advice on how to get pierced and how to take care of them and what you should do after you're getting pierced. This is just advice that I feel would have been very helpful for me. These are tips that I wish someone else told me, and I feel like if I had known these things, my piercing journey would have been a lot less painful and I would have suffered a lot less. So yeah, I'm sharing these tips with you guys in hopes that it will help you guys throughout your piercing journey, and you know, just so that you guys don't experience the amount of pain that I have. So yeah, let's get right into it. So as you guys probably already know because you've seen them in literally every single video, I have a bunch of piercings. Right now on my ears I have 10 in total. I have 5 on each ear. I have 1 rook, 2 lobes, 1 snug, and 1 helix. And the snug and the helix are actually new piercings, which I will be talking about at the end of this video. These ones gave me a lot of trouble and pain. And on the other side, I have a matching rook and helix in the exact same spot as my other ear. And I also have matching lobe piercings, and I have a conch. And I also have my tongue pierced. I've already done a pretty thorough video about my tongue piercing. And if you guys haven't seen that already, I will link it down here so you guys can check it out. And I have 1 more piercing that I can't show on camera. And in total, I have 12 piercings right now. I've gotten a lot more than that. Sadly, a lot of them either got infected or rejected. And if you guys don't know about my horrible rejection story because of this horrible piercing parlor in LA that you should avoid at all costs, you can check out that video right here as well. And for the piercings that have gotten infected, it was just because I was younger. I was just a middle school kid who wanted to get ear piercings, and I really didn't know about the proper steps to take care of them. So that's obviously why they got infected. But now that I'm older, and now that I have the world's information at my fingertips thanks to the lovely internet, I know how to take care of my piercings very well, and they are on the speedy road to recovery. So yeah, what is on my list of things to talk about? Alright, so first of all, the most important thing about getting pierced is find a good piercer. It's so important to go to a proper piercing parlor. First of all, you should go to a proper piercer. And obviously you don't want to go to a place that uses a gun because those can actually really damage your ear. The people using those guns aren't trained properly to use them, and yeah, I've had experiences with guns and they don't turn out well. Hopefully you guys know this already, but why you don't want to go to a place that uses a gun is because it's not sanitary. You actually can't sanitize it properly enough, so you want to go to a piercing parlor. And one very important thing that I learned is that while yes, tattoo parlors do have people who use the very sanitary way of piercing, and that is by hand with a needle. While that is an upgrade from going to like some random place at the mall, I don't trust tattooists to be piercers because they're tattooists, they're not piercers. And that's something that I wish that I had learned. Just thinking about it, oh my god. Make sure you go to a place that actually has a piercer, not a tattooist who's also trained to do piercings. And I'm not saying that they can't be amazing. Maybe they are amazing, and maybe I haven't had the luck to find one yet, but this is just my advice based off of the horrible encounters that I've had going to places and being pierced by tattooists instead of piercers. So yeah, that is a difference that I didn't really know about when I first started my piercing journey. The only advice that I can give you guys when it comes down to it is just keep going to different piercing parlors and find one that's perfect for you. It might be a bit difficult at first because you might not really know what to expect when getting pierced, and you can't really tell the difference between a good and a bad piercer, but really it just takes a few times to get pierced and you'll sort of get a better understanding of what is normal for piercings. I'd like to say that this is very general, but for me at least, getting pierced is going to be painful, but it should never be excruciating. It should be bearable, and excruciating pain is a huge red flag that something is going wrong. So yeah, a lot of you guys have been asking so many questions about my piercing parlor, and I'm going to be talking about them today for the first time. I've gone to many parlors. I've hopped around throughout cities, everywhere, and this is the one that I've landed in, and this has been just a huge lifesaver. I go to the Trigger Happy Tattoo? Trigger Happy Tattoo? Yeah. I go to the Trigger Happy Tattoo in the city of Whittier, and they have two piercers there, and one of them is David and the other is Phil. I've had the pleasure of being pierced by both of them, but I tend to go to Phil more. He just happened to be there more on the days that I went, and he ended up being my regular piercer. So yeah, there are two really amazing piercers at Trigger Happy, and I recommend both of them. But if you guys are looking to go to the specific piercer that I frequent, Phil is the guy that you should see. And I also like to go there to buy my jewelry. They are a piercing parlor. I know they will have stuff that is of really high quality. It's surgical steel, which is super important because it's hypoallergenic. So yeah, I really love that tattoo parlor. They are just really amazing, and I can just really depend on them for everything. So if you guys are looking for a good place, again, this is just my own experience, but so far these guys are someone that I can depend on. Alright, so now we're going to be talking about aftercare, and I feel like this one was just... This part just really gave me a lot of trouble. So when I first started getting pierced, I used the sea salt soak method. I don't remember exactly the recipe for the sea salt soak, but with a quick Google search you guys can find it out. But anyway, that seems to be an extremely popular way of cleaning piercings. Basically, you make a saline solution and you soak your piercing. So I would have a cup and I would just like dip my ear in it, and I would hold it there twice a day for 5 minutes each time. And yeah, that was how I was cleaning my piercings. But my piercings really didn't like that. I was doing that for, holy crap, like almost a year. But when I started going to Trigger Happy, they were looking at my piercings and they're like, your piercings are very dried. The method that you're using to clean them isn't working. So my piercings were feeling very irritated at that point. Even though it's a very popular way of cleaning, like I said, everyone heals differently, and that was just not the cleaning method for me. So I went to pick up the H2 Ocean saline solution, and this one has like all sorts of special things in it to help heal your piercings. And reading the reviews, I heard a bunch of amazing things about this. Sometimes you'll get like scarring, you'll get little bumps. It's called hypertrophic scarring. It's like little bumps, or sometimes you'll get keloid scars. Stuff is not pretty and it's very hard to get rid of. So I read that this stuff actually heals those sort of scars, and I bought so many bottles of these, and it is pricey, but this didn't work for me either. So I was kind of at a loss. I was like, well, okay, two of the most popular methods aren't working for me. So thanks to Phil at Trigger Happy, he told me that his favorite way of cleaning piercings is using an antibacterial soap. So this is what I use every single day to clean my piercings once a day in the shower. I just lather it up into like a foam, and I just really gently but thoroughly clean the piercing. And this is a cleaning method that I've heard of least, but this has worked extremely well for me. Out of all the methods that I used, this one is the most gentle, and it doesn't dry out my skin, it doesn't irritate my piercings. So yeah, these are the three methods that I recommend that you guys trying out, because these are the three most popular when it comes to cleaning piercings. But as I said before, everybody heals differently, so make sure that you find the proper way to clean your own piercing. And I am so glad that Phil recommended this method to me, because ever since then my piercings have been like healing super well. And I'm sure you guys probably already know this because it's common sense, but be extremely diligent and extremely sanitary when taking care of your piercings. Always wash your hands with antibacterial soap before you touch them. Don't touch them with dirty hands, because that's one of the highest causes of infection when it comes to piercings. Just be clean. It's an open wound. Be be clean. And my last tip for you guys is something that has been a huge lifesaver. This is my cat pillow that I use every single night when I sleep. I cannot sleep without this. I have like 3 of these because I bring them with me wherever I go, especially when I'm traveling or staying over at a friend's house. This is a fucking lifesaver. I wanted to be cool. I shouldn't have challenged myself this much, but I pierced a lot at once on both ears, and I was very uncomfortable because I couldn't sleep comfortably because I couldn't sleep on the sides, and even if I slept on the back of my head, my ears would kind of like push up against the pillow, and I just could not sleep. So this is really handy for those of you guys who have your ears pierced and they're healing, because this is just like a neck pillow. I lay my head right here and my ear is in this open hole, so it cushions my ear and I can sleep like properly on the side of my head, and it just feels very comfortable. Just make sure that you're getting something that's more firm because it needs to be able to support your head without having your ear touch your bed. So something thicker, something memory foam, that would work really well. So yeah, this is a really important tip. I feel like this is just, oh my god, I love this guy. Okay, so we are almost done with this video and I'm running out of battery, so I really gotta hurry, and also it's getting fucking hot in here and I just really want to get out of this room. So now we are going to be talking about my piercing updates. As I already told you guys at the beginning of this video, I got 2 new piercings. I have 1 new helix and 1 new snug, and oh my god, I got these ones extremely recently. I think it's been only a month or so ever since I got these, and holy crap, I was in a different city at that time, so I didn't go to Trigger Happy, and I really regret it, oh my god. But anyway, I went to another place that I've had good experiences with in the past, but they had a new piercer that I hadn't seen before, and I just went to get pierced by her because I was like, you know, it's probably gonna be fine. I do like this place even though it's not my regular piercer. That was a mistake. This girl, she pierced my helix with a hoop that was extremely tight. I don't understand how a professional can make this mistake, because you should be able to look at an ear and be like, well, this looks too small. I probably shouldn't shove it in her ear. So when I first got it pierced and it swelled up a little bit, it was like really tight, and it was putting a lot of pressure on my ear, and it was very painful. And I have some bloody photos to show you guys. If you guys don't like blood, look away, but here is how my ear looked the first day that I got it pierced. And oh my god, I was just so unhappy because this was totally avoidable if I had only just driven like the 40 minutes to go to Trigger Happy, but I didn't, and I suffered for it. But that aside, although I still feel like the piercing is too tight for my liking, I mean, the swelling has gone down, so it hasn't been angry ever since then. And when I got this snug done, it was so painful. Oh my god. Okay, so I'd say that my most painful piercings, tragus was number 1. That was done wrong, so it was excruciatingly painful. My tongue, second of course, because it's a very sensitive muscle. It was extremely painful. And third was my snug, because I got it pierced through quite a thick piece of cartilage. Ooh, that one was really painful. I didn't plan for my ears to look symmetrical. They are very similar, and that was my bad, but I kind of like how they're strangely symmetrical in an unsymmetrical way, so maybe I'll keep it. It's kind of cool. I was speed talking because I was like, oh my god, my battery is gonna run out, and I was so close to finishing this video. But my battery ran out anyway. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys found this video to be helpful. Just really proceed with caution, because you can permanently scar yourself if you're not careful, as I have learned in the past, unfortunately. So yeah, just be careful. I hope you guys have a safe journey in getting pierced if you are planning to get pierced. So yeah, as always, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys again next time.